He knows what we've done wrong in the past. He knows where our buttons are that he can push. Now, let's talk about me, for example. Now, I have never had anything to do with smoking marijuana or taking any drugs or any kind of injections. And so in my life, to me, drugs don't exist. In my entire life, one day when I was visiting Mexico back when I was a teenager, somebody on the street stepped around the corner and said, hey, you want, I assume he was talking about some kind of marijuana. And of course I said no. In all of my life, that's the only instance I've ever had of being tempted with marijuana. And on one other occasion, I was tempted with cocaine. But other than that, and here I am 60 years old, to me, drugs don't exist. Why? Because the devil already knows what he has tempted me with, and I've already said no to that, and he's not going to waste his time trying to tempt me with something he knows I'm not going to say yes to. It's the same way with you. You may not be tempted this way or that way, but you see, the devil's got your number. Okay, he's got every one of our numbers. He knows what our forefathers stepped in. He knows what we stepped in. He knows what we swallowed. And he knows exactly what to offer us to swallow again. He knows what to offer us to step in again. And that's what he puts in front of us. Now, you take someone that has had cocaine, had marijuana, had something like that, they will quickly tell you that they are constantly being offered this. It's under their nose all the time. You see, what we step in, the devil is always offering it again. That's the reason. What we have to do is say no. The Bible says, resist the devil and he will flee from you. Now, it's not always easy, but what we have to do is simply say no, turn and walk away. No, turn and walk away. No, turn, walk away. In addition, we have to build that prayer closet relationship. Remember, what the devil is wanting is also what God is wanting. What's the devil wanting? He wants to be able to sit upon the golden throne of God called the Ark of the Covenant and command all people on the earth to fall down and worship him. So that's telling us what God really wants. He wants us to put him on the throne of our heart, to fall down and to worship him and him only, of our free will, to say, God, I want a God in my life. I choose you to be my God, and I make a covenant with you. I will read your book, the Bible, King James, and I will follow your book to the very best of my ability. And from here on out, I'm yours. I'll live my life for you. I'll do it your way. And then we can start seeing the hand of God in our life. There will be tests. I mean, I could sit here and tell you about some of the tests in my life. But brothers and sisters, the devil's always going to test you. Wherever you stepped, there's going to be another opportunity for you to step in that again. Wherever you swallowed, he will tempt you to swallow that again. We have to turn from our wickedness, accept Christ into our life, and then in the hard day, the day of trouble, the day when the blood is flowing, then is when God is going to supernaturally protect us. It's not going to be with a rapture sucking us in the ear, but maybe it's an angel that appears to you in the night and says, get up now, get out, get your family. I will show you where to go. You see, that's what we want. We want God to take care of us. Let me give you an example. It was 1998. Probably about March of that year, and I was driving Dmitry Duduman around as he was speaking several different places, radio and TV stations, and as we were driving from the different locations, he would stop and tell me various stories. As we're driving down the road, he told me this story. He said, one day I was asleep on a train in Romania. About that time, I heard a loud voice. It said, Dmitry, get all of your luggage, get off the train right now. I grabbed my luggage. I jumped off of the train. I realized that, well, this was not a train stop. This was just a quick little mail stop. So I grumbled, and I was picking up my luggage and walking down these railroad ties. He said, but as we turned the corner, there was the train. The whole train had fallen off the track, and everyone on board was killed. Now, that's the way God decided that he was going to protect Dmitry Duduman. How is God going to protect you? It's not going to be by the rapture, pre-mid, or pre-wrath, none of that stuff, but he is going to protect his own. Throughout the 6,000 years of mankind, God has faithfully protected his own. But are you his own? If not, I encourage you to ask Christ into your life today. Before I say goodbye, let me tell you that I've got a wonderful offer for you today. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put 3 Lindsey Williams DVDs together. We normally don't even discount these, but today you can get all 3 of these DVDs for like half price. Okay, here's the deal. You get health tips. For example, no president of the United States has ever died from cancer. Well, why? You probably remember President Ronald Reagan was diagnosed with colon cancer when he was president. He imported a substance that was, at the time, illegal to be used in the United States, and he never had a reoccurrence. And Lindsay says that there's no reason to suffer from things like cancer, heart disease, diabetes, chronic fatigue syndrome, multiple sclerosis, hepatitis C, hormonal imbalance, vascular disease, immunological imbalance, and others. And that's in the $27 DVD called Health Tips from the Elite. Then, in Cyprus, the Elite Money Grab that normally goes for $38, he tells you about